Hey guys, it's Jess and I'm here to do my January TBR. I'm sorry that this video is coming so late in the month. I know it's kind of late to be doing a TBR. I meant to record and post this video earlier this week, but that just didn't happen, so I'm doing it now. Better late than never, right? So this month is going to be a little bit crazy for me. I'm not sure what kind of reading month it's going to be. If you saw my December wrap-up, then you know that I am in rehearsals for Les Miserables. I'm playing Madame Thénardier, which is so exciting. Les Mis is like my favorite musical ever. I fell in love with it when I was 14, so to be part of it in any capacity is just so cool, but especially to be playing such a really great role. So it's going to be a really busy month, but as always, I have put together a fairly sizable stack of books to read this month. Part of that is on purpose. I like to have lots of options when I read, and I like to be able to change my mind about when I read and what I read and all of that. But part of that is also just me being delusional about how many books I can read in a month. So, on to the books. The first book I wanted to read in January, I've actually already finished. It is How to Eat a Cupcake by Meg Donahue. And this is a book that I actually started last January, and I just wasn't feeling it for whatever reason. I just wasn't in the mood, and so I put it down, but I noticed that it was still on my current reads list on Goodreads earlier this month, and I thought, you know what, let's just go ahead and knock that one out. So I have finished it. This is a chick lit novel of sorts about two women who have a complicated history together, and they decide to open up a cupcake shop together. As always, I will tell you my thoughts in my wrap up at the end of the month. The next book that I wanted to read this month is Letters from Backstage, The Adventures of a Touring Stage Actor by Michael Kostroff. And this is a book that I started last July. It was actually supposed to be one of my Booktubeathon reads. And I did read about 25 pages of it, and I really did enjoy those pages. It's just in this particular case, I think it was just that there were other books that I wanted to read more. It wasn't that I wasn't enjoying it. I got distracted by other books. But it actually all worked out because this was the perfect time to be reading this book. I have already finished it, and it's because this book is actually a collection of letters that Michael Kostroff wrote to friends while he was on tour for two different Broadway shows, The Producers and Les Miserables. And he was actually playing Monsieur Thénardier. So how perfect is that to be able to read the book now that I am playing Madame Thénardier? So it was really cool to, learn his experiences with the show. So I will give you my full review at the end of the month, but as you can probably guess, my review is pretty positive. The next book that I wanted to read this month is The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, and I've actually already started this one. I am about 140 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it so far. This book has just swept through BookTube and book blogs, and everyone who's read it seems to really enjoy it, so I'm looking forward to finishing it. Plus, I haven't read a paranormal book in a while. I think the last one that I read was back in October, and this is a vampire book, so I was definitely in the mood for another paranormal. The next book that I wanted to read in January was The Wilder Life. This is My Adventures in the Lost World of Little House on the Prairie by Wendy McClure. And I've said this so many times, but I was rereading the Little House on the Prairie books all of this past year and a little bit of the year before. And so I thought that this would be a nice little cap on that rereading experience. This is all about a woman who completely immerses herself in the Little House on the Prairie world, whether it's going to find the actual places or like churning her own butter. So I thought this would be kind of cool. The next book is The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. This is another book that I started last year that I didn't finish, so I wanted to go ahead and finish it this year. And I am, I don't know, like 2/3 in, maybe not that much, maybe 2/3. Anyway, this is all about a woman and her year-long pursuit of happiness and all the different ways that she pursues happiness. And I really was enjoying it. Again, I got distracted by other books, but I'm looking forward to finishing it. The next book is Catherine by April Lindener, and this is an author. I read her earlier book, Jane, which was a retelling of Jane Eyre. This one is a retelling of Wuthering Heights, and I really enjoyed Jane, so I'm looking forward to reading this next one as well. The next book that I want to read, if I can, is The Other Queen by Philippa Gregory. And I have read all of the other companion novels in the Tudor series by this author. This is the last one. And these are all historical fiction. And basically, in each book, Philippa Gregory focuses on one or more of the women in the Tudor family, royal family. And I've really enjoyed all of them so far. This one got the lowest rating, so I don't know what to think about that, but I am looking forward to finishing the series. The next book, and I'm getting ridiculous, I know there's so many, I'm never going to finish them all. The next book I want to read, if I can, is The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty. And this is an adult fiction book. It was one of the nominees for Best Fiction in the Goodreads Awards this year, and has gotten really great reviews. And it's basically about a woman whose husband dies, but he writes her a letter and makes her aware of this deep, dark secret that he has. And then there are two more books, if you can believe it, that I am hoping to read this month. I don't have them to show you because they are both, well, one I pre-ordered and I'm not sure if I'm going to receive it by the end of the month, which is Lost Lake by Sarah Addison Allen. And for those of you who've been watching my channel, you know how much I love this author. I would even be comfortable saying that she is perhaps my favorite author. She writes just wonderfully feel-good books with a touch of magic, and I just love and adore her writing style so very, very much, and I cannot wait for this next book. So hopefully I will get that in the mail before the end of the month. And then the other book is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and this book I am actually in the waiting queue at the library right now, and I am number 9. So hopefully I will get this one as well by the end of the month. And if I do get these two books, then I'm definitely going to make them more of a priority than some of these others. So anyway, that is my list of books that I hope to read in January. It's a crazy, crazy big list, and chances are I will not finish nearly this many, but you know, it's nice to have options. Please let me know if you have read any of these books or if you want to read any of these books. I would love to hear what you thought. You know, of course, no spoilers. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you again in my next one. Bye!